Good day all. Welcome to Obed Farm. Well, I've just been quite quiet from doing a lot of videos, but I believed that I was now doing a lot of videos which were not bringing really much content, and I believe that the one that I bring that brings a lot of content is probably the once a month one. And not only the once a month one, I also believed that there were things that probably I was just waffling now and not really giving any value to my audience. So I believed that it was time to stop doing just doing videos for the sake of doing videos, and getting to a point whereby I think people are now just getting bored of seeing the same thing and nothing really new. So from now on, it will be most likely probably the monthly update, and especially if there's something specific that I'm doing. Well, there is a lot that I'm still doing, new projects as always, things that we have been trying out and things that have been happening. So let's start off with the rabbits. The rabbits have been doing well. We have had some births, and the ones that we gave birth, we also had a lot of deaths. So one rabbit gave birth to about 7 kids, and then all of them just died due to the weather. What happened is that it was warm, so it removed a little bit of fur, then it got cold and it did not help them, so they died due to the cold weather. That was one thing that happened on the rabbits. Then we had a sudden death of another 3 more rabbits. Overnight we just found them dead. We found out what the problem was, and we have rectified it. It was probably us changing the feed that we were feeding them. So that's another learning thing that we learned from the rabbits about the feed. The feed, you just don't change it. And also we got a little of other tips about what we were doing wrong with the rabbits, and probably we were feeding them a bit too much, and due to that amount of feed that we were giving them, when they were getting less feed and then we wanted to give them only grass, they were just cutting the grass to make sure as if they were eating the grass, but they were just making sure that the grass is out of their cages so that they could get better feed that we were feeding them. So therefore we have had to change the way we feed our rabbits, the way we take care of our rabbits, and the way we value our rabbits, and how we were the upkeep of that. So on that much, and we've also been able to sell a few rabbits, so that is also a positive on that side, on the rabbit side. So we have moved on from the rabbits, and next is the heritage breed. Well, at the heritage breeds, what we have actually done is we have bought an incubator. That's the first thing. We bought an incubator. I never got to show you what we did or whatever we tried to do, but after 21 days, or let's say 23 days, we only managed to hatch 2 eggs out of a possible 72 eggs. So we lost out on that. That was a real dampening part of the farming part about the incubator. And out of the 2 so far, it's only 1 that has survived. So that was heartbreaking for us on the incubating side, for our own personal incubating. But there's always said that you pay school fees after the fact. We found out a few things that we did wrong, but this was not our mistake. It was a mistake that we were told when we bought the incubator, that we need to do A, B, C, D. This was a self-turning this was a manual incubator. So manual is different from self-turning and all that. So manual, you need to be concentrating a little bit more. So we learned the hard way. After 72 eggs, out of those 72 eggs, about 60 of them had chicks. The other ones obviously were not, but 60 of them had chicks, and they all died at different stages of their development. So it was about the moisture, humidity inside there. So we got a learning curve from it. So that was a learning curve about the heritage, our own hatching our own chicks. But that's also a very good thing, because you also learn, but we learned in reverse. Therefore, we will correct that very, very soon. And we are also actually about to destroy that incubator, or probably keep it and make it a hatchery, and then build our own incubator. Why build our own incubators? Because we found out that building it would probably be the best. Why I say the best for us is because we have seen what is in that incubator and looked at the costs of doing that and doing it ourselves. I think DIY, there's going to be a DIY for that, and definitely it's going to be a DIY. And that's why they say that you learn by doing things. I'm a person who enjoys doing things, experimenting. This is another experiment. Very soon, probably, I'll be telling you that I'm now selling incubators. But I also found that the craftsmanship of that one incubator was not really worth the amount of money I paid for it. If I had probably gone and done it myself and found someone to do it for me, the amount of money I spent on that self-turning incubator, I could have just made that incubator myself and I would have made probably a way much better. But you actually need to buy one and also learn what we made the mistakes. So the mistakes we learned, we are going to be correcting about the incubator, and that is something that we are doing. But also on the hatchery side, we have taken our chicks we took our other eggs that obviously we were now having too many eggs, more than the size of the incubator that we had made. We then found out that we found another person to incubate it at another person's place who's got an automated turning incubator. That incubator is also that where we went and we learned quite a few things from that person. The person was very much willing to share information and tell us that where we were going wrong and what we needed to do to correct those mistakes. So we are actually correcting those mistakes for our incubation, but we also sent our crates there. The first batch of crates, by the time this video comes out, we would be also sharing the first number of chicks that would have come out of there. So by the making of this video today, I'm actually going to go pick up those chicks from where we put them for incubating. But yesterday when we went and we looked at them, 12 had already hatched out of 30 eggs, and we had seen probably another 5 or 6 more which were in the process of hatching. So by today when we go pick them up, we should have, because today is day number 23, so after day number 23 we believe that the following day those eggs have lost their value. So that is also on the side of the hatching side. You will get to see those chicks that we have, plus the one that is still surviving from our current one. That is on that part of the video. Then we move on to our heritage chickens. The heritage chickens themselves are doing well, but I think we've got too many cocks, too many roosters, to say it in a roosters. So those roosters, we are going to be enjoying quite a few heritage roosters. At the same time, we still have a lot of roosters that we're selling. We took a lot of roosters from here and we sent them there to the where we stay so that we could look at them. But I believe that those roosters are just too many. So we are just going to remove a few that we believe this breed we do not want, and we're just going to remain with the roosters that we want so that we can increase the numbers of eggs. Because one, we're also going to be forced to debeak our hens. I didn't want to do it because when you look at those heritage, they really just look nice without debeaking them. But they've also now become vultures. Even become vultures because they're actually eating the eggs. That is becoming a problem for us. That becomes a major problem when your chickens start eating their eggs. And every time you're now looking at any egg, it means that once the chicken lays, they will eat the egg. Even when it is actually, we have one chicken that died 2-3 days ago. It was caused by the chicken. As soon as the chicken was about to lay an egg, the roosters and the others were close to it. So when they saw the egg coming out, they went and pierced the egg, and the egg ended up exploding inside the chicken. So those are the kind of things that we saw, that there are probably too many roosters. Those roosters need to be reduced, and probably also to increase the fertility of our eggs. That is the reason why we have gone down that route. So that is really much about it. And then obviously this side we've got the heritage chickens that we're saying that the roosters are up for sale. Those ones we are willing to sell. So anyone who wants to buy, please contact me and I will make a plan for you to get those roosters which are left over. So we've got the Jersey Giant, we've got the Splash Giant, we have got a few other breeds which are there that we are willing to let go of. On that part, if not also even willing to trade. If someone wants to trade, I'm always a person who wants to do things. It's not always about the money. It's about also trading, because also trading, you find other things that you can do with it. Person probably who wants the roosters and wants to give me hens, depending on what kind of breed of hens you have, I will probably take. So these are the kind of things that I do. It's not always about the selling part, it's also about the trading. It's also the same thing I do to the rabbits. Some people want to buy them, some people want to trade. I'm very much open for all those discussions. Then we go to the cows, the cattle. The cattle are doing well. As usual, there's nothing really I can say about. We are just waiting for the ones which are pregnant to give birth. Those ones, it's not anytime soon. Probably close to around November, December, we're expecting to give birth. And that's really it for this year. As I said, I've got 5 steers that I need to get rid of sooner or later, because that means that I've got too many males that I will need to get rid of. But that's at least another year or so until I believe that they're big enough for me to be able to sell them. Some of them are already independent from their mothers, and I think 2 or 3 which are still in the process of still growing. So the cattle, we have not really had much we can say about or we can improve on yet. It is now the month of August, and in the month of August I believe that we will just keep on seeing how best the cattle keep growing, and that is a thing that we will keep on monitoring. There is nothing really that we're doing there. Then we come to the pigs. The pigs right now, we believe that the female was not serviced, so we have put it back into the male, and we'll be waiting for it to get back on heat, and then we will try again to get it serviced and see if we can just get a few piglets. As I said, that project, I used to be really into it all the time, telling you about the pigs, about what we're doing. The feed has gone down, but the feed has gone up again a little bit. So those are a few little challenges. But as I said, the pig side, I'm not really into it, as into trying to do it heavily, because I remember very well that it was a draw when it came to money. When you don't have money, sometimes it becomes very, very difficult. And 2025 has been very difficult. I don't want to lie. All the hopes and the hoping where I was going to be able to gain some money from, nothing happened. Everything failed. Everything. People stopped lending money. The banks have stopped lending money. So it just became very, very difficult to do anything in 2025 on trying to develop or trying to improve the farm. Yes, I've got a few things that I really want to do, but it all comes back again down to the money. The money is the problem right now, and as we can see, there is no way whereby you can easily get the money. So we are just going to be doing the little bits and pieces that we're doing, a little bit of trying out of A, B, C, D. That's the best we can do. As I say, that we're going to be trying to build an incubator. We'll see if it works, but I believe that from what I've seen, we can actually do better. From the incubators that I've seen, trust me, I believe that we can do better, and we will surely be doing something better. So that has been something that we have been working on, and I think those are the major things that we are on. Right now, my major project for me this side has been obviously the heritage chickens and the rabbits. Those are the major things. And I always say that we also then do broilers. The broilers has always been here, and it's something that we're doing. And I might seem as if I've not talked about it, but we are at the present moment collecting a good 50 broilers that we have raised, and which some we have slaughtered. And then there has been quite a challenge of getting chicks recently, so it has been quite challenging to get a booking for chicks. So we have managed to, hopefully next week we will have some chicks, which will be starting day 1 here, and we will then also be sharing that. But I don't want to keep on sharing the same repetitive information, because I believe that it does not give any more value to it. I have given you how to raise chickens from day 1 to week 6. That has been the most important thing. I have shown you how to construct a housing for the chickens. That I have shown. I've also shown how to make your own feed for pigs, and how to make for the road runners. I think we have completed that. So the farm itself right now, there's nothing really that I can say that is really big that I'm doing. There are something, I actually said that I wanted to bring some more pigeons here. That is something that will be done shortly, sooner or later. I'll bring some more pigeons to add to the 3 that are here, so that at least we have quite a lot of other small little animals in here. I would also have loved to bring other things that I can just put on the farm. I would like to put what's this called now, it's gone out of my head, that I want to put. Right, I'd like to also put some guinea fowls to add to here, but these are all things in progress. Well, I think that is it really for the month of August. This is where we are on this farm. This is what we're doing. We have stopped the goat farming totally for now. I will come back. Trust me, I will come back to goats sooner or later. Once I feel that I want to do a specific thing, the goats will come back. That will be something that you will look at, and then we'll start again together with the 10 males and those kind of, and 1 buck. I will start off with that, and then we will see how that project goes. But as I said, right now the problem is getting capital to even people to lend. It's very difficult. I do understand the situation here in Zimbabwe. It is difficult. People do not have money, and those that have got money want to probably do big things. Those that have got money are also afraid to invest with others, because they know that people actually tell them lies. So I do not blame anyone right now. All I just can say is that I will keep on pushing with the little resources that I have until we get to where we need to get with these projects. So for now, this is where we are. This is how things are going, and I wish and I tell you that this is where we are doing and what we're doing. Well, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Until next time, have a good day.